Hey, good morning here on this Monday, guys. Hey, we're going to get started on a new spelling unit. That's Unit 4. It's on page 30, by the way. Still talking about the long vowel sounds. I know when we have all these letters here, whoops, we're really just focusing on these 5 here, A, E, I, O, U, but I mean those are really so fundamental in spelling that you just got to know how those work. We talked the first couple weeks with the short vowel sounds, right? Eh, I, o, u. And then last week we did focus on the long vowel sounds, and then it just sounds how it looks, right? You actually say the letter A, E, I, O, U, right? That makes it a little bit easier. And this is again is review, just like this Pac-Man Goes Pirate says. You remember this here on the left-hand side. Usually the little short words usually have the short vowel sound like hat, and we focused last week on that bossy E or silent E. You don't say the E sound, but it does the short A to a long A. So it goes from hat, if you add an E, it goes to hate. Not that you always have to add an E at the end, but please notice how very little or short these are, and how very little they change, but it completely changes from a short to a long vowel, like bet, short E, to beat. You're going to see a lot of this today, where there's two vowels, but it makes a one vowel sound, and you can hear in beat the long E sound. It is not get, it's beat. Sometimes those two vowels can kind of blend together to make one sound. And again, that's what we're going to focus a lot on today. Take a look at this. This here is a table. This here is a cake, train, spray, ate. You hear all the long A sounds, and it can be in a lot of different ways. And look at this. This letter or word here, ate. I hear the long A sound, and you said it correctly. 8 is not a single A in the word. That's how sometimes these long vowel sounds, what they can do to you. And take a look at here again. Vein. Vein, like you have arteries and veins in your arm and in your body, right? That's exactly the correct way to say it. That's exactly the correct way to spell it. Not a single A in the word, and yet you hear the long A sound. Also look at this word, they. You know, they went to the movies. You have not a single A, but you say that long A sound. That's what this lesson is all about, is how do you spell these long A's? How do you spell these long E's? The I-O-U we're going to get to in a future work. Today we're really just focusing on a long A and long E. And the reason why? Take a look at the long E in all the different spellings. It could just be an E, like emu. It could be an EA, like in peach. It could be EE, like in sheep. It could be an EY, like monkey. It could be just a Y, not even an E, in puppy. All different ways that you can spell the long E sound. So as you're going through that here, guys, a couple. Number one, when you do this assignment, I want you to use the spelling words here in the list. Okay? Some people are making up their own long A and long E sound, which is great. But the point of this is to study the spelling words here. And so, use these words. And if you notice, the first section A, these right here, you're going to write 7 basic words long A sound. Now, listen carefully, because if you're just looking for words that are spelled with an A, that's not going to help you, because there's a lot of different ways to spell the long A sound. If you take a look at the word paint, you hear the A, paint. That is the long A sound. So I would personally write paint right here, P-A-I-N-T, long A. Number 3, clay. Again, I hear the long A sound, so that goes in section A, C-L-A-Y. But let's skip down to numbers 5, 6, and 12. A mistake past third graders have made say, oh look, I see an E, so it goes in section B, the long E sound. But if you actually say the word neighbor, ate, way, I always hear the long A sound. So even though neighbor, ate, and way don't have a single A in the word, you still say the long A sound. And notice what it says here in A. Write the 7 basic words with the long A sound. Remember the elephant words. That's these here, these little elephant words, which means they kind of make up their own rules. So I would put neighbor right here and focus on the spelling. We're in spelling class, right? Neighbor, N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R, and then ate, E-I-G-H-T, and then way, W-E-I-G-H, right? And then there's a couple more with the long A sound. But you got to be really careful with the spelling this week. If you hear the long A, that doesn't automatically mean you just put an A. It could be A-I. It could be A-Y. It could be E-I. So you got to be careful with that. Now section B, write the 5 basic words with the long E sound. There again, that could be spelled with E-E, like in need. That could be spelled in E-A, like in speak. That can be spelled, I guess where I did E-E and E-A, but got to be careful. Say the word out loud and think, which long vowel sound am I hearing? Is it A or E? I hope this video helps you guys out. It's going to take a lot of studying this week for the test on Friday. But I do want to wish you guys Lord's blessings today and always as you praise your Savior.